What's up everybody? Justin Nault here from Clovis. In this video, I'm going to be sharing my experience with the Pod by 8 Sleep, which is really a mattress and a mattress topper, but that does not do it justice. This is an incredible piece of sleep technology. I almost can't even believe that this invention exists. Recently, I welcomed the founder of 8 Sleep, Matteo Franceschetti, on my podcast, and he explained to me everything that this incredible piece of technology actually does for humans and their overall sleep quality, and I was just completely sold. Had to get my hands on one. The dude is brilliant.
If you can tackle 10 things to improve sleep, the first one you should start from is temperature. When you read, oh, you should just put your room temperature at 68 degrees, it's true and false at the same time. Your body temperature changes during the night. Sometimes you start feeling cold and you cover yourself. At the beginning of the night, you were feeling hot. Your body temperature starts at a certain temperature, and as soon as you fall asleep, your body temperature and core temperature drops. A couple of hours before you wake up, temperature starts rising. The signal that the body sends to itself that in 2 hours you will wake up. Sleeping at a flat temperature during the whole night doesn't work because your body's changed. The pod, make sure that you start at the right temperature. As soon as you fall asleep, we drop the temperature. We try to cool you down as much as possible to get into deep sleep faster and stay in deep sleep for a longer period of time. Call it 2 hours before you wake up. We start rising temperature again, waking up your body. Even if you're still asleep, all your organs start preparing for being ready at whatever is the time you wake up.
I was able to get my hands on the Pod by 8 Sleep. I have it here behind me. It is a queen size mattress. I've had it for about 45 days now, and I could not be happier with it. And I want to share my experience with you. So first things first, the Pod by 8 Sleep is a memory foam mattress that has a topper that goes over top of it. And you'll see this all in the video. I'll show you exactly how you set it up. There's a piece of technology that sits on the side of your bed that is basically the hub of the Pod. And this controls the temperature of the top of the mattress. So water is basically running through this mattress topper, and you can control it all from your phone with a very easy to use smartphone app. In this video, I'm going to show you all the different aspects of the Pod by 8 Sleep, from my unboxing and setup to now, which is day 45 of this Pod by 8 Sleep experiment that I am absolutely thrilled about. I'm going to share some data with you. I'm going to share what the experience has been like, and hopefully I can shed some light on some things and help you make a decision of whether or not this product is right for you and your life. Comes in a box. You open up that box, unfold it, and all of a sudden the mattress just kind of magically inflates, and then the app itself walks you through step by step exactly how to set everything up, exactly how to put the mattress topper on, exactly how to set up the hub, fill it with water, how to use the app, all of these things. It's really, really spelled out for you step by step in an easy to understand way, and the app has a beautiful user interface that anyone can figure out. On top of me having the Pod by 8 Sleep, my mother also has the Pod by 8 Sleep. She's 61 years old. She's not absurdly tech savvy or anything like that, and was able to set this thing up no problem, and she uses the app every night and every morning, and she loves it. All right, so mom just got her Pod by 8 Sleep delivered. Hey mama.
Hi.
Look at this. Pretty damn easy.
Pretty much.
Oh my God, is it ready?
And it's already cool, and it's not even hooked up to any technology.
I have no idea about that tech. Ready to go, boom. My first ever lay down on the Pod by 8 Sleep.
I think we're the first ever in Tennessee.
I bet we are. What was that?
It pays to have a nerdy child. All the latest technology. This is the Tesla of beds.
What's up everybody? Justin Nault here with Clovis, and I'm about to set up the Pod by 8 Sleep. I have a queen size Pod here. So this is the box that the mattress came in, and that is the box that all the electronic components came in. And I'm gonna go ahead and set all this up. I got my queen little bed frame there that I'm gonna put this on, and I'm gonna show you just how easy it is to set this thing up. Again, my mom and my stepdad also have one of these, and they're in their 60s, set this up no problem. So I'm gonna walk you guys through exactly how to do this. Okay, so just like the instructions in the app told me, we're gonna go into this bag. I'm gonna take out this cooling pad. Lay this down on the bed. Now, again, there's a sticker on this pad that says top left corner, and that's gonna help you orient it. See this here? Top left corner. So we know that's where that is where this side of the cooling pad needs to go. So we want to get this all situated before we try to zip it. And there's zippers all around this mattress that you can see here, this zipper, and that's how this is going to connect securely to the mattress once it's properly in place. Now, this mattress appears to be a little bit low for my bed frame. So I might end up getting a small box spring or something to maybe boost this up a little bit. But I might have to finagle this a little bit to pull the mattress up on a ledge to be able to zip that up properly. It does fit pretty snug, actually. So now I'm gonna try to locate a zipper. First, we wanna take this hose. See this hose? And the hose, you're gonna wanna run through the top of this. We're gonna go out through the bottom toward the side that I'm gonna put the electronic equipment on. Just kind of snake this down. That looks good there. So what I'm actually gonna do is lift this bed up a little bit and slide it off, just to make sure I can make it easier for myself when it comes time to zip the zipper. We'll do it like that. Okay, this is down. This is really cool looking back here. The bed on a bit of an angle here with the box spring, with the frame. And as you can see over here, I'll show you, this is the hose. So this hose is connected here, and the hose is just gonna run down alongside the bed. And then right here where these pillows are, next to this nightstand, I'm probably gonna put my unit right there. So I'll move this nightstand over a little bit. I'm gonna put the unit there, a little away from the wall and a little away from the nightstand, so it has room to breathe. It does need to breathe, it has to be able to pull air in and be able to, and the hose can't have any kinks to make sure that the water is running through properly. Okay, so I pulled the mattress out quite a bit to try to help you see this. So down here, you'll see there's this flap to cover the hoses. And then right here is the zipper. So all I'm gonna do, I'm gonna need both of my hands to do this. I'm just gonna pull this down and attach that zipper, and then I'm gonna zip this all the way around. Okay, so this zipper's nice and secure. And it just zips, nice and easy. Now again, I'm filming here, so it's a little tricky to not have two hands. You just need to make sure this is pulled down enough. And there you go. It's very, very easy to zip up. So I'm gonna go ahead and zip this all the way around. So I've got the zipper started now. I'm just gonna make sure to kind of use both hands and make sure I don't catch any fabric or anything. And just zip this all the way along. You'll see when it comes around. Fits perfectly. Just on these corners here, just wanna make sure you don't zip any fabric. So here on the sides, it's very, very smooth. And then when you get to the corner here, just wanna make sure you don't zip up any fabric in that. I'm gonna keep this going all the way around. And that's it. The mattress is completely zipped with the heating and cooling pad on top. I'm very excited. I'm gonna move this back into place. Just like that. Okay, so here we have the hub. And as you can see, there's this cable here that I ran from behind the mattress, behind the headboard. So this plug with the USB facing out needs to plug into the back of this hub. So this hub here, you can see this. This is the male side, and then here is the female side. And we're just gonna plug that in and slide this into place. Now, from what the instructions say, when you plug this in, you should hear an audible click, which is helpful. Let me see here. See if you can see this on video. I don't want to get in the way. Okay, so it goes this way, the USB facing out. And there you go. You hear a couple of clicks. Clicks it in, and then this USB comes up and plugs into that little USB slot right there. Just like that. Now we're just going to take the power cord, plug the power cord in, then I'm going to need to run this power cord behind my headboard to plug into the outlet that is somewhere around the middle of that headboard. So there we go. That's the complete, that's all we have to plug in. Plugs seem to be done. So that's just gonna sit there just like that. As you can see, it's got a little bit of space on both sides. I left a little bit of space behind it for the wall, plenty of space out in front, so this can breathe, do whatever it needs to do. And then I'm gonna show you the rest of the setup for this hub. Okay, so now we're here with a few different things. We have some distilled water. We have some hydrogen peroxide. This is 3% hydrogen peroxide, which is pretty standard. Everybody tends to know this kind of trademark brown bottle for hydrogen peroxide you can get in any pharmacy or grocery store or whatever. 3% hydrogen peroxide, and I have a tablespoon measure because we're gonna need 2 tablespoons of this hydrogen peroxide. So what we're gonna do is take this tank out. So the top of this tank actually does come off, but it's quite tight when you first get it. So just know that. I was kind of pulling on it and trying to figure out if it actually comes off. I was a little afraid to break it, but I didn't. And you actually just, it does twist, just kind of lefty-loosey, just a little twist, and you can pop it off. Take this kind of silica gel thing out of there, and then we're just gonna fill it up with water. And it says in the app to fill it up with, to leave about 1 inch from the top. So I'm gonna go ahead and give that my best shot, hopefully without making a mess in my bedroom. And I'm gonna go halfway here. And now I'm gonna do the 2 tablespoons of hydrogen peroxide. This way, when I pour the water in, it'll just mix up a little bit. Now again, the app recommends using the hydrogen peroxide and distilled water. So preferably before you start this setup, you'll go and get your hands on some distilled water just to make sure that the system stays really, really clean. This helps as well. If you don't have hydrogen peroxide, it does say you can actually run the pod, but you want to get some hydrogen peroxide and add it to the water within 1 week of using the bed. So I'm going to continue to fill this. There we go. That way it's going to mix up the hydrogen peroxide very well. Now I'm just gonna kind of guess what's 1 inch from the top. I guess that would be, we'll say about there. Looks about right. I don't know if they mean 1 inch from all the way from the top or 1 inch from the lid. And you'll see this top really is pretty gentle to screw on. So just go, there we go. You can kind of feel it cinch into place. Then we're gonna drop this down. And if it points out like this, I kind of did this on purpose to show you what the app said. If it's not flush, then you just need to turn it until it sits right. There you go. Now it's sitting flush and the hub is completely set up. So as soon as you complete the priming steps in the app, the hub will actually turn itself on and you'll hear this noise. So as you can hear, the hub is primed and ready to go. Just a little noise. The first round of priming, according to the app, says it takes about 10 minutes. So after that 10 minutes of priming, I believe there is an additional step, another priming step that we need to do before the bed is completely ready to go, and I'm gonna walk you through all that as well. Okay, so the first priming is done. So I just pulled the tank out, and as you can see, this is probably now full of water, if I had to guess, because this water has been almost completely depleted from the tank. So we're gonna pop this back open. We have to fill it up again. It also says, again, leaving about 1 inch from the top. It doesn't say to add more hydrogen peroxide, so I'm assuming that we're probably good there. Go right about there. Leave at least 1 inch from the top. Back on. We're gonna slide this back down inside. That's flush. And then you're gonna click the refresh button on the app to start that second round of priming. Okay, so the hub is on again. The tank is back in with full water and making some noise again. I dribbled a little bit of water on there, no big deal. So this is the second round of priming, and the app has just notified me that the second round of priming takes 90 minutes. It also says that while it's priming, you can lay down on the bed, you can change the temperature of the bed, you can see how it feels. You don't have to be home, you don't have to be home to watch it or anything, nothing bad's gonna happen. So you can just let this thing prime for 90 minutes, and then in the video, I'm also gonna walk you through exactly how the app works, how to set your preferences, how to set your sleep temperature. It asks you when you go to bed. Are you a hot sleeper, cold sleeper? Do you use a comforter? Do you use a flat sheet? All these different questions. And then over the next 7 days, it's really gonna learn my preferences and learn what really moves the needle for my sleep quality. And it learns over time and gets better and better and better to make sure that I'm recovering as much as possible during my sleep cycles. So I am super excited, and I'm gonna bring more videos, more explanations for you, more information as I get to know this bed, and I'm excited. Let's do it.
So I do just want to show you here so you can see, I mean, even if you pull this back, right, there's obviously the whole system here that's pumping water through it. But I mean, you would not know at all. There's just, you know, it's still a flat texture. Like there's a little bit of texture here that you can feel, and that's really it. Like it is not disturbing in any way, shape, or form to sleep on this thing. It doesn't bother you. It's not a completely flat surface. There's just these tiny little ridges that you can feel, but it's completely comfortable, and it's not intrusive whatsoever. I mean, like I said, you look at it and it just looks like a normal bed.
A lot of people have asked me what the difference is between the pod and these other mattress toppers that also push water through them at a specific temperature to change your core body temperature. The real difference is the technology behind the pod allows it to track your body temperature in real time and make adjustments in real time. With these other mattress toppers, you set a temperature and it's kind of a set it and forget it type deal. If you set this to a specific temperature and you fall asleep, that mattress topper is going to stay at that temperature for the rest of the night. It is not gathering any data from you. It's not gathering your body temperature, your respiratory rate, how many times you toss and turn. It's not gathering this data. It's not changing in real time, and it's not tracking that data over time to give you better and better and better results. The pod algorithm is constantly learning about you. It's adjusting to you in real time, and there is nothing else in the market that is doing that right now. That is what makes this product so special. That's what makes this product stand out so far from the rest of the crowd, and it is a very crowded space right now with these kind of sleep tech products, and there is nothing on the market better than the pod.
Here we are inside the 8 Sleep app. I'm going to show you a few things that it tracks. You'll see sleep fitness at the top of the screen, 95 from last night's sleep, which is wonderful. It tracks the amount of time that you slept and the average time that you spend sleeping each night as well. It also tracks wake-up consistency along with time to fall asleep, along with the time it took you to leave your bed. This is how long it takes you to get out of bed each morning. It gives you a timeline of when you were in bed, when you fell asleep, and when you woke up, and when you were out of bed, along with your sleep stages, light sleep, deep sleep, and REM sleep, so you can track these over time. It tracks the number of times you toss and turn, along with your sleeping heart rate, and your respiratory rate, and the temperature of the surface of the bed as you sleep. It tracks all this each and every night. And you can even edit the sleep session if you need to, if you think that some of the data is inaccurate. You can manually change things and you can save the changes if you would like to. At the top of the screen, it also allows you to cycle through your previous night's sleep. You can go through the day or you can go through the week. You can even check out the month and get a general overview of what your sleep history has looked like for the past month. On this screen, you'll see all of the same categories that we saw on the day screen, but just with more information for how each of these things have trended over the course of the month. And you can even select year if you have enough data. I think my favorite feature might be the thermal alarm clock. I'll turn it on here, and you can see that you can select a time and a temperature, cold, none, or warm. And the temperature of the bed will gradually change to wake you up along with a calming sound. So you can set that and wake up in the morning with temperature rather than a blaring alarm clock.
Now, this mattress topper is an amazing piece of technology, and it's collecting data while you sleep and making adjustments in real time. What type of adjustments? Primarily, the pod by 8 Sleep is manipulating the temperature of your bed to improve your quality of sleep. According to all the sleep studies, this seems to be the #1 driver of impacting sleep quality. That is the core body temperature. In the past, I've talked a lot about manipulating the temperature of your environment, but this doesn't do a whole lot to change your core body temperature. The pod does this for you. While you're laying on top of this mattress, if you have a blanket over top of you, it is changing your core body temperature. Whatever that mattress topper is doing, it is holding that environment underneath that blanket where your body is. So obviously, if the mattress is cooling, it's going to keep you very cool. If the mattress is heating, it's going to keep you very warm. The beauty of the pod by 8 Sleep is it tracks your body temperature in real time as you sleep and makes real-time adjustments. And over time, it learns you and your habits. Do you toss and turn at night? Do you get up multiple times per night? Do you run hot? Do you run cold? It learns about you the more nights you get under your belt, and those adjustments will get better and better and better to improve your sleep quality over time. I have seen this myself with my Oura Ring, with the 8 Sleep app, which also tracks your sleep quality and gives you a score each and every day. And I can just see that sleep score going up and up and up over time on both of my tracking devices, and I could not be happier about it. Another thing I have been extremely impressed with is some of these presets that 8 Sleep has. They have presets for muscle recovery. Let's say I have a day where I lift very, very, very heavy weights and I'm feeling a little bit of soreness. I can actually set the default temperature as it changes throughout the night, and I can optimize that for muscle recovery. And these things work really well. I wake up in the morning feeling great. Every single time I've tried one of these presets, I've really had a good night's sleep. And then I have my basic preset that I built for myself based on this 45 nights of data that I now have. I've been able to set my own temperature, just as my name, Justin. It's built into the app. I click that. I just want my normal night's sleep tonight, and I've really been able to optimize my temperature temperature what works best for me to improve my quality of sleep. Another fun little addition to the 8 Sleep app is all of these sections that they have with tutorial videos for mindfulness, for yoga, for exercise tutorials first thing in the morning. So you can really make this part of your evening and morning routine to set yourself up for success. They have relaxation exercises at the end of the night, exercises to activate all the muscles in the body first thing in the morning to get you ready for your day. They have some meditation, some spoken word exercises that you can go through to help you really wind down at the end of the day. So they've really kind of thought of everything when it comes to giving you really healthy routines to give yourself the best shot at the best quality sleep. All right, so I'm here on my pod bed, and tonight is going to be night 15. So I'm 14 days into this thing. I have a full 2 weeks under my belt, and I couldn't be happier about it. So just to give you an update, I received this bed like a couple of days before all the coronavirus madness. So I have been extremely fortunate because I have been doing social distancing and kind of self-quarantine for basically the last 12 days, I would say, at this point. So I really jumped on that pretty quickly since I work from home. I have everything that I need here, and I could not be happier that I have this bed in my life right now, particularly for this just extremely stressful time. I have loved the pod bed. The first couple of nights were a little bit odd. It was a little strange to get used to. It has preset settings for the heating and cooling throughout the night. I just kind of went with the default, and some of those settings weren't quite right for me, and I had to figure that out over the course of a couple of nights. So I have my own custom settings set to my own temperatures, the way that I like it just before bed, the way I like it when I'm in my deep sleep mode, and then the way that I like it to wake me up. In the beginning, I was really blown away by this thermal alarm clock. The thermal alarm clock is wonderful. You basically tell it what time you need to be up by. So if you need to be up by 7:30, it'll wake you up sometime between maybe 7:15 and 7:30 by either heating or cooling the bed to an extreme temperature the way that you set it. So I choose cold, and it wakes me up, and I'm awake before that alarm goes off. I feel the cold, but I just very gently wake up. It's really beautiful. It's my favorite way to be woken up that I have ever come across in my life. I hate alarm clocks. I have always needed an alarm clock. So something interesting I want to share with you. After about night 3 on the pod bed, I stopped needing an alarm clock. Very strange. This has never happened for me. I am a very high performance person. I am an entrepreneur. I run multiple companies. I train martial arts. I train gymnastics. I train powerlifting. I have a very, very busy, very active life. Generally speaking, if I let myself just go with no alarm clock, I can sleep anywhere from 9 to 12 hours, depending on the day, if I let myself wake up naturally. So I have always needed an alarm clock. But what I'm finding is that my deep sleep cycles have been much better. And I know that for a fact because I also track the Oura Ring, and I also track with the data from the pod bed, and those two things are very closely correlated, which is pretty great as well. Even if I set a hard alarm clock or set the thermal alarm clock, I'm finding myself waking up prior to that alarm clock and feeling completely rested, which is very strange. This is really, really strange for me, and I don't know, maybe it's placebo, but right now I am super impressed, and I know how important sleep is, particularly in stressful times like these when everyone's kind of freaking out about what's going on. I mean, you can't leave the house, all non-essential businesses are closed, and all these crazy things. I also run a health and wellness company. During something like the coronavirus, I'm getting overloaded with questions and input, and I'm expected to really understand the research and really be able to give people accurate information on how to handle this thing during this crazy time. So there's a lot of demands on my time right now. So I'm making sure that I'm eating well, I'm training, I have a gym in my home, which is wonderful. I have an infrared sauna in my home. So between my gym, the infrared sauna, I have a freezer full of healthy meats that I'm eating, some of which I harvested myself through hunting. So I have really high quality food here, and I am super grateful for the pod bed. This thing is amazing. Now, over the course of this last 14 days, my average sleep fitness score has been an 85. That said, the pod and 8 Sleep do make it known to you that in that first week, the bed is kind of learning you, right? The algorithm has to adjust to you and get to know you the same way that you need to get to know the bed, really, in the different temperature settings and all these things. That first 7 days, I don't know how accurate the data is, and my sleep score was pretty poor that first week and has just improved after that first 7 days. Guys, I'm 14 days in. It's about 8 p.m. right now, and I'm just excited to go to bed. I'm excited to go to bed every night. I really love this thing. It's lived up to the hype for me, and I can't picture not having one of these at this point, just 14 days in. So I'm sorry if this sounds like a sales pitch. I'm literally just giving you guys my honest opinion here. I'm very impressed with it. My mom and my stepdad have one. They're very impressed with it as well. And my mom has been through the ringer with mattresses and being postmenopausal and getting hot flashes, and she had the chili pad on her bed and all these things, and she's loving the pod bed as well. I'm all in. I love this thing, and I'm gonna keep giving you updates. If you guys have any questions, you can of course course, hit me up, ask me any and all questions you might have. At the risk of sounding like a salesman here, there's really not much about this product that I don't like. I have been obsessed with sleep quality for a long time. I'm what some people might refer to as a biohacker or a sleep hacker. I use things like the Oura Ring, wearable technology. I've used apps, I've used headsets, I've used temperature control in my house, all sorts of things. I've used light therapy, infrared sauna therapy, all these different things to try to change the quality of my sleep for the better. And I've tracked and quantified that data over time. And I have never come across anything that has impacted my sleep as significantly as the Pod by 8 Sleep. Another fun little addition to the 8 Sleep app is all of these sections that they have with tutorial videos for mindfulness, for yoga, for exercise tutorials first thing in the morning. So you can really make this part of your evening and morning routine to set yourself up for success. Good morning, everybody. It's bright and early here in Nashville, and I just got out of an ice cold shower, which is something that I do each and every morning. So a little red, little pink from that crazy cold shower. And my sleep quality on the 8 app was a 99, sleep fitness score of 99, which is fantastic. So I'm super excited about that. And another really cool feature about the 8 Sleep app that I absolutely love, I want to share with you here today. So each and every morning I've adopted one of their morning movement flows, which is just a way to kind of engage all the muscles in the body to get your blood pumping, just get yourself ready for the day. So I'm gonna show you that little routine right here, and they have those for the morning. There's multiple different routines for the morning. There's body weight exercises, yoga, stretching type flows. There's even a dumbbell one. And then at night they have these kind of vinyasa flows, these yoga flows, cool down flows to get your body ready and relaxed for bed. It's just another fantastic feature of the app. And as you guys can probably tell from this video already, I'm in love with 8 Sleep. I love the product. My sleep gets better and better every night. I'm super excited about it. And I'm gonna do my morning body weight flow. As you can see from the video, I really love the morning and evening routines. These are now a part of my life, a part of my routine daily. Even if I travel or stay somewhere else, I think I'm going to do that body weight morning routine every morning, and I'm gonna do that yoga relaxation routine every single night. I know them by heart now, I have them memorized, and I do them every night and every morning, and it's just been a fantastic addition to my day, to my healthy routines. So here I am, 45 days later, 45 nights with my Pod by 8 Sleep, and my sleep quality is off the charts. It's fantastic. One thing to remember with the Pod is it has to learn the same way that you have to learn. The bed had to get to know me, and I had to get to know the bed. So there were some nights where I would wake up in the middle of the night very cold or a little bit sweaty because the temperature was just off by a little bit, which is very easy to change. Now, there's also settings for a bedtime. There is the thermal alarm clock to wake yourself up. But what I have found is the more of those parameters and guidelines I set, the more confused the app can actually get. So I would be laying in bed and have a bedtime set, and that night I went to bed 20 minutes later than my set bedtime, and me, let's say, laying down on my bed to read a book, the mattress would think that I was asleep and would move me to the second stage of sleep and cool down the mattress, whereas stage 1 of sleep, I actually want that mattress to be a little bit warmer. So little things like that, I stopped setting a bedtime, and I just get in bed when I go to bed, and I allow the mattress to track me in real time. It knows when I get in bed, it's tracking my temperature, it can tell when I drift off to sleep, and that seemed to work much better for me than setting parameters like trying to set a new bedtime every single night. I love the thermal alarm clock. It is fantastic. I don't think I can ever go back to using some blaring noise in your ears that wake you up in whatever sleep stage you might be in. It's just miserable. I can never go back to a normal alarm clock. I love the thermal alarm clock. I use the cold thermal alarm clock, and I've had a lot of success with it. I really like it. It's a very pleasant, easy way to wake up first thing in the morning to start your day on the right foot. No waking up on the wrong side of the bed because of a nobody likes this, right? I'm never going back. It's fantastic. Now, kind of an unexpected added bonus that I found with the Pod by 8 Sleep is saving on my electric bill, which I never really thought of, but I was well aware that manipulating temperature could help improve sleep quality. For that reason, I have a Nest automatic thermostat set up in my house, and it would cool my house to 66 degrees at night just before bed. Now, I live in Tennessee. In the summertime, it can be very expensive to cool a house to 66 degrees. I no longer have to do this, particularly if I sleep with a comforter. So when I have a comforter on, I can just set the Pod pod to a cooler setting, and I will remain cool even, let's say it's 75 degrees in my home. I'm not paying the tremendous energy costs of trying to cool down over 1,000 square feet of space using my HVAC unit. Instead, I can just keep the temperature at a comfortable level at 70 something, whatever it might be, and I'm under the blanket with the pod cooling me down, and I don't need to run that AC, which is far more energy consumption than the hub of the pod is using. It's really fantastic. And the same thing goes in the wintertime. If it's very, very cold and you have a blanket on, you can just heat up that mattress and not have to heat your house and use so much energy to heat such a large surface area. So overall, if you can't tell, I love the pod by 8 Sleep. I really do. It has lived up to all of the hype. It has lived up to everything that Matteo told me about it on my podcast, and I can't recommend it highly enough. If you are someone who really cares about your overall sleep quality, you understand how important that is for optimizing your human health, wellness, and performance, then you should really get your hands on the pod by 8 Sleep, and I've made that really easy for you to do. You can click the link in this video description and you can get a special discount on the pod by 8 Sleep. So all you gotta do is click that link in the video description, get your hands on the pod by 8 Sleep. Again, I cannot recommend this highly enough. It's a fantastic product. Of anything I've purchased in the last 5 years, I would say, I don't think I have been more excited for a product than this one. The pod is a game changer. You can go as far as to call it an actual life changer. And for some people, possibly a marriage saver. For those of you that are using this thing together, you can split the pod right down the middle. You can have 2 different sides. Hubby can have one temperature, wife can have another temperature. Just fantastic, makes everything better for everyone. And if you ask me, as a certified nutritional therapist who has worked one-on-one with over 2,000 clients, I cannot think of many things more important than sleep quality for your overall health and wellness. So I highly, highly recommend the pod by 8 Sleep. Again, click the link in this video description. You'll get a special discount and get your hands on your very own pod by 8 Sleep. You will be very, very glad that you did. Thank you so much for watching this video. Enjoy your improved quality sleep.